How do you get out of addiction? Well, I was in addiction for multiple years, spending thousands of euros on it per month. Multiple substances, coke, alcohol, weed, porn, gambling, other substances that I didn't mention in there too. Now I'm over half a decade sober, and I've also helped over 100 people get sober. With that being said, in this episode, I'm going to share with you how to get sober. And there's some of these things that you have to do. Some people say, you shouldn't tell people what to do, you shouldn't do this. You will have to do some of these things, or you will stay in the same pattern. All right, so that's number 2. I'm going to break it down here in a couple of moments, but let's get straight into it right now. I'm Gary, best-selling author. This is my number 1 book from Amazon. I'm also a 2-time author, a addiction therapist, and someone again who has been an addict. So let's break it down into a simple phase. Addiction. What is addiction? Addiction is a system. Now, what do I mean by that? You might say, well, it's not really a system, but it is a system. Most people think it's the substance, the gambling, it's the porn, it's the weed, it's the coke, it's the alcohol, it's the this, the that. And you're right, it is that. But it's not only that. It is thoughts, feelings, triggers, people, places, things, community, identity. A lot of those things are under the surface. What does under the surface mean? What does underneath? What does the deep work? What do all of those sentences mean? Well, funny enough, I have that written up there just as a random example. I wasn't even going to use that. But goals, commitment, purpose, intentionality, focus, drive, motivation, all of those things are internal. And that's actually where we need to do a lot of the work. A lot of people say, I need to stop the substance, stop the alcohol. The alcohol is external. This coke is external. The substance is external. The stimuli is external. The suppressant, the depressant is outside. You need to fix it from an internal place, but we'll get into that in just a few moments. Before we delve into number 2, we know the internal work needs to happen. Why? Because every movie has ever said, or every crack addict on the street is, I need to get my fix. Yeah, my fix. What's my fix for? I'm running away. You've heard this synonymous with drugs, substances. I'm escaping. I'm running. I'm filling a void. I need to get my fix. Yeah, we've all heard this. I'm having a smoke. I need to have a break. I'm a stress reliever. I'm drinking. I've had a hard few days. How much more cinnamons do you need to know? Cinnamon, am I saying that word correctly there? How much more of those do you need to know before you realize that actually there's stuff going on under the surface, and that's why we are driven to get our thing. We feel like we just want it. We want it. But actually, what are we being pushed in that direction for? Well, let's get on to number 2 here. At the start, I talked about how some people need to do things. Not should, not maybe, not can do. One of them is this. You can't play any more games with yourself. What does that mean? You can't say, I'll stop after this weekend. And you might be going, well, this weekend actually I have got something really good. I've got a birthday, communion, confirmation, Jesus. I mean, people are even doing that. Those types of things is unbelievable. Birthdays, Christmases, celebrations, they all have to go. Meaning that you have to be able to stand in the face of those and go, you know what? I'm not strong enough to go to those things. I'm not doing it after this weekend. I'm doing it today. If that means I can't go out this weekend, I can't go out this weekend. I'm not going to start on Monday. I'm not going to do it at the end of this weekend. That's it. If I stop playing games but nobody will know, you know. You're the person who knows the last time you did it. You're the person who knows if you're lying when you did it last time. One last time. What another lie. Stop falling into those patterns that aren't your patterns. They're addicts' patterns. They're addict identity patterns. I'll stop after the weekend. I deserve it. This will be the last time. One more time. They're not your thoughts. You didn't come up with those thoughts. You didn't invent those thoughts. You just hear them in your mind. You go, oh, that's my door. That's where I can take advantage. Stop taking advantage of those thoughts. No more games with them. Number 3, there's a principle or a philosophy or a theory, or basically in psychology, there's this thing, TAFR, thoughts, feelings, actions, results. And they go around like a clockwise kind of circle. They also somewhat link back to each other. Right? So my results link back with thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. Actions create results. When you've craving, I want it. Do you think I'm going to have motivation to get something? Do you think I'm going to have intense emotions that I am willing to go get this thing? Of course. If I say I want it, of course I'm going to have feelings that align with that. If I have feelings that align with that, what are my actions going to be? I'm probably going to go take action towards that. If I take action towards that, what's my result going to be? This is a principle, not just for addiction. This is a principle for everything. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. Actions create results. And then we go back again. You think about your results. Your results then create feelings. Your results, you go around and around and around. People say, well, it's just my feeling. It's just my feeling. It's my feeling. I'm feeling this way. But actually, you're thinking that way. And you might say, no. My feeling definitely comes first. And I hear that a lot. Your thoughts come first. And there might be subconscious thoughts. There might be deep-rooted thoughts. But then your feelings being expressed. And you feel your feeling. You notice your feeling. You don't notice your thoughts. And how do we know that? Well, look at it. Fuck it. Right? This is where people use this sentence of fuck it. Excuse my language. But they say, and then they go get their bag. So they have these thoughts, and then they say, fuck it, and then they go make the decision to go get the bag, they go make the decision to get the drink. They remember the effort moment, they don't remember the thoughts leading up to that moment. So that's again, there's no quote. People don't remember what you say to them, people rarely remember what you did to them, but they always remember how you made them feel. Again, feeling. We know feeling because that's what we're accustomed to, thinking, feeling. We're not accustomed to thinking. Most of the time we're unconscious. Thoughts create feelings, feelings create actions, actions create results. You're craving, they're not a command, they're not facts. You don't have to, once I had this, then that's it, I have to buy into it. Meditation is one of the best things you can do in this instance, or start practicing, because you can start being just aware of your thoughts passing by. They just pass by. You're sitting, you're observing your thoughts. I mean, you can observe them. Why do you want them? Why are you escaping right now? Why are you running right now? And most people will also say, well, it's the weekend, it's the crack, the lads, the text messages, the boom, the la, the tunes. Stop all that. There's deeper rooted reasons why you're driving in that direction. There's a deeper rooted reason why you're going out on a Friday. There's a deeper rooted reason why you're going out to use, all right? Thoughts, cravings are not a command. That's number 3. Number 4, I talked about how people, again, need to do things in order to change or to get out of this. Again, this would be an area where they need to do these things. Simple things, which don't factually or fully work, would be to block the dealer, or contact, should I say. It would be to, don't hang out with those friends. It would be not go to those locations. These are kind of things where you're probably still going to go with your friends. You're probably still going to go to some of those locations. Some of them, you can block the dealer, but also you can just get to another location, right? You can go get another contact. So it's a very simplistic or just practical thing to do. But actually what you need to do, you need to set some boundaries. Boundaries is an internal thing with yourself. Boundaries is around the people that you're going to hang around with. That's an absolute fact. Your best friend is the person that has the most influence over you. Your best friend is the person that you love the most, you trust the most, you want to be around the most. If they have the most influence on you, whether you like it or not. I'm only using best friend as the worst example. I'm saying friends in general when you're going through addiction. And you might be drive sniffing on your own, but maybe we could trace it back a little bit further to where you got into this situation, or your friends are still using as well. Other things to do. You're going to absolutely plan your evenings going forward. You're going to be much more responsible. Responsible is an internal thing that you need to do. Again, deep work. Planning your evening. What time you're going out at, how long you come back for, or what time you're going back at. That means you can have your drinks. That means you can enjoy your night. Or that's, again, if you're a Coke user. So there's literal things that you've got to do. Get responsibility. Create serious plans. And obviously sticking to those plans is serious. Practical things, deleting the leader, not going to that location, not seeing this person. They're things you can't really predict. You're going to get a new contact, a new add-on on Snapchat. You're going to get a new person talking about it. You're going to go into a randomly you're at a pub, randomly bump into a person. You can't really predict and control all those things. You can't predict you. You can't get you. You can do you. And responsibility, commitment, and a plan. Those things are all internally you get to do, and you need to start taking control of those things. You need to. And last but not least, 5th on the list, creating a new identity. What is identity? Identity is a beautiful question. Have you got a winning identity, a losing identity? Have you got an average identity? Whatever that means. A winning identity would be thinking about a situation optimistically. They would be thinking about the situation where it's going to happen, it's going to win, it's going to go through, we're going to push ourselves, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. A losing mentality is giving up before the game started, is not pushing through, is said it's all done and gone. If they've lost, they've just re-manifested why they lost. Look, this is why we lost, we're so bad, we can't do anything about it. They just keep spitballing the negative for it. Winning identity gets back up again. Chooses to go after a lapse, after a relapse, after a fail. They pick themselves up 9 times, fall down 9, get up 10, etc., etc. Your identity matters. An addict's identity, I'll start next week. I'll do it one more time. It'll be my last time. I won't go out with that person. I won't spend this much. I'll save all my money. I'll invest it. I'll stop when I have a kid. These are all addicts' identities thoughts. Identity, you need to create a new one. How do you create a new one? New habits, new routines, new people, new conversations, new thoughts. And when you have all those things, you start having different life, literally a different life. An addict attracts in what situations into their life. An addict attracts in, their identity attracts in what circumstances, what people, what times, what places. A winner, a sober person, people say, an addict will say, it's everywhere. All the drink, all the drugs is everywhere. When you go to a library, I don't see it there. If you're the average of your 5 friends, what 5 friends are you hanging around with when you're an addict? What 5 friends are you hanging around when you're sober? There's a big difference in reality, and I swear to God, you might say, well, I want to keep my same friends, but if they're all using, it's going to be very hard for you. So new conversations. What are you actually going to start talking about instead of saying the weather? Instead of saying, what are you doing this weekend? Instead of saying about the football? What new conversations, new questions are you going to have? What new routines, habits are you going to do? When was the last time you meditated? I just talked about that in the third example. When was the last time you started journaling and expressing out your thoughts, frustrations, pains, guilt, resentments, struggles, shames? When was the last time you got those out of your system, out of your body? Therapy, coaching, consulting, whatever you need to get in that situation. Exercise. When was the last time you got in the best shape of your life? When was the last time you said, I'm sick of being tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Dave Ramsey quote. When are you gonna make that change? Routine, morning, evening, etc., etc. You might not keep those all up for the rest of your life, but early days, it matters. Routines, habits. What else did I say on that list of things that you need to do for identity? Routines, socializing. Who are you going to socialize with going forward? Who you're going to hang out with matters. You're the average of 5 friends. I use the example, not very simple of the example I give with that is, we've all heard that. The example I give is, if you're in a car with 5 obese people, where do you think you're going to go have dinner? Just randomly. I'm not saying we're having a conversation, we're going to get dinner. Throughout the whole day, if you go out at 11 a.m. with them, where do you think you're going to eat in the afternoon? Hypothetically, where do you think you're going to eat? You know where. If you go out with 5 personal trainers, you go out at 10 o'clock in the morning, what do you think you're going to do in the afternoon? Plus then eat in the afternoon. You're probably going to go for more walks. Probably going to park the car a little bit further away. Probably not going to go for a run. Probably going to want to talk about the gym. Probably want to go to the gym. Right? This is all naturally happening. Your friends have been shown on studies to impact you. If your friend's friend is obese, that means that their friend is going to be probably obese, and he's your friend. So he's going to influence you. All right? If that friend's friend is trying a new restaurant, he's going to say that to his friend, that therefore that's going to say it to you. It's all a big circle of who you surround yourself with matters. Is critical of who you surround yourself with. Environment is critical who you surround yourself with. Games that you play. The thoughts that you have. How much of it all comes from your thoughts? I think all of it. 90% of suffering happens up here. 90% of the time we're thinking about our own things. They're not thinking about us. It's addiction. It's an internal game. You might think it's an external game. It's the vaping, it's the smoking, it's this smoking. I need to get stress here. I need to relax. By drinking, I'm having a bad day. The coke. I want to make it better night. It's all internal. Why do you need to make a better night? Why do you need a stress relief? Have a blessed upcoming week. I hope you're doing well. If you need help, you can reach out. There's tons of help available. Check out my website, GaryTheExpert.com. And if you want more videos like this, check out my skill community. Download the Bulletproof Recovery app. And hope you do very well. I'll see you in the next episode.